The average Cyberpunk 2077 player probably has played the game for about at least, I would say a generous, perhaps 10 times. This is not an exaggeration, and with every new experience of Cyberpunk, it gets more fun with each time. Besides that one brain dance mission, you know exactly the one I'm talking about. But with the countless YouTube channels spawning in with thousands of subscribers from just playing Cyberpunk 2077 in different ways, it showcases the very addictive, time-seeking, I'm neglecting my responsibilities gameplay loop of Cyberpunk 2077. So let's talk about that. How Cyberpunk 2077 created an addictive gameplay loop like none other. When people talk about the main addictive thing about Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay, it is the build variety. There are so many weapons, cyberware, gear, that it makes every new playthrough a whole new experience. And this is further the case when you look at channels like Benjamin Winners, who utilize their builds to the fullest potential. And on top of that, you get to see some crazy stuff from it, like this. Cool, right? But it's not just him, but channels similar to his that do the same thing, showcasing the different builds that change how they play the game each time. It gives people another reason to play the game again because of the different play styles that are incorporated with every new build, until they realize they have to do that one brain dance mission again, which hopefully in the bit 2030, bruh, we do not have to do that much brain dances again. Please. And I feel like games like Cyberpunk struggle with that, giving players enough time to try out their builds while also not making it too long to the point where they get bored before trying it out, since games sometimes introduce weapons that can make the build work super late, or you need to have certain things to make the build remotely optimal, which pop up way too late or way too early. But Cyberpunk manages to make it to where your build grows alongside your gameplay. The more you get to fill out your build and grow it, the smoother your gameplay becomes and more evolved it becomes with it, to the point where the build is your own and the game is your personal playground to dive into. And this, combined with the missions and gigs, gives it a whole new source of enjoyment. Now, when talking about the gigs and missions, to me personally, are the highlights of my playthroughs. It is very interesting how gigs and missions differentiate based on how you approach it and tackle it. Sometimes you get different dialogue from just sneaking in or going in guns blazing, which real ones like myself always sneak in and then get caught last minute. This has happened way too many times to count, and I find that very enjoyable. Well, not really the getting caught part. And this is especially true when you look at Phantom Liberty, since those missions and gigs are super fleshed out and taking into account these factors like build variety and different approachness, even to the point where I restart missions sometimes so I can see and try different ways on tackling the mission. And this is also the case with main missions as well. They don't operate the same way as side missions and gigs do, of course, but they provide enough substance to where you can find enjoyment in replaying it. My favorite being the whole section revolving around Oda, unless I'm doing a full stealth build, which that boss fight is hell. If you haven't tried it, it is definitely something. But I can't talk about the addictive gameplay loop without talking about the mods, because mods is a huge part of Cyberpunk's identity right now. I don't know how, but I feel like CDPR somehow kept in mind mods when it came to making the game. Cosmetics and overall gameplay changes that the mods add to the game doesn't hinder the experience at all, but does the opposite. They enhance them by 10x, with mods such as hardcore making it feel like a completely different game adds to the replayability of it, and some weapons that people add to the game as well that gives it a new sense of enjoyment. Anytime I want to have a new experience within my playthroughs, I'll always add a gameplay mod that changes the way I play the game as a whole. Combined with the missions and builds that I can do in the game as well, I feel like I'm playing the game for the first time again, until I get to the brain dance section again. Like, if you can't tell, I really do not like the brain dances at all. I think most people don't. But back on track, if you haven't tried mods, please try them in your next playthrough. Even simple ones such as cosmetic ones can easily enhance your gameplay, like cyberware arms or changing the color of your cyberware as well. Even quality of life ones that make the game feel like more of an RPG. Man, you can even add car mods to enhance the gameplay as well. And some of them are super fire, but require a lot of installation. And look, I said all this in this video to say that Cyberpunk 2077 has this addictive gameplay loop that will be a challenge to top in the next installment of Cyberpunk. And if they do want to enhance the playthrough experience and encourage second and even third playthroughs, they're gonna have to lock in heavy. Be sure to see what works, what doesn't work, especially look at Phantom Liberty and listen to fans on what they want to see in the next installment. And please add choices in the game that changes the course of the story. Like, imagine a scenario where you spared Oda and there's an extra mission involving him. That would have been fire. And overall, I think that would be a goated feature to add in the next Cyberpunk game. But hopefully Cyberpunk Orion becomes a bigger game than Cyberpunk 2077 and brings in something monumental for the overall Cyberpunk IP. And I will be buying it day one. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe subscribe. It really helps the boy out. The more you subscribe and like, the more videos come out. So be sure to do that. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Being this sign off. Peace.
Really rapping, I'm sick of it. I got 10 guys in traffic, I went ludicrous. I feel it, spilling up my body, tryna do it, bitch. These niggas can't stop, baby.